You know, in this video, basically, I was just gonna say about here's what I learned throughout my whole entire life from, you know, this may be some sort of like tips or any helpful information I could release it to the public. And basically, throughout when I was like growing up, um, it's always different for some reason. I don't know if it in a good way or not, but yeah, I didn't really find comfort anywhere really. I was sort of I was a type of the guy that always has a bully at the school too. But not as bad, and luckily that didn't carry on until high school, and so that was happened to me. Um, but it wasn't really something that is severe or anything like that. So yeah, that's all right. And then when I moved to New Zealand, people are a lot more tolerant over there, a lot more open, a lot more, I guess, nicer in a way as well. People really nice, and then they didn't pick on me. They very give me space, give me a freedom, give me a just like this comfortable of being myself. And like I really love it. It's just like the best country in the whole entire world. I even like, I mean, so sad when I have to leave the country. It's just absolutely, I just didn't want to leave it. It's a great country. It's beautiful. It's and people. It's even more beautiful than the nature of it. Really. And yeah, so I went back to Thailand for those like 3 years, and mm, you know what? That same shit when I had it in my throughout my childhood come back again, and I wasn't really. It just the society that I used to live in New Zealand for 10 years, and then suddenly I go back to Thailand. I was like, I didn't know anyone, you know, I didn't have anyone to rely on, so I just rely on myself really, and so but it's all right. I wasn't my on that because that create to be me, and I learned a lot of things just by myself. I go through all the situations just by myself, and you know and I'm really proud just to be myself. So yeah, and um you know it wasn't really work for me. I guess, like, the country itself, it wasn't too bad. I mean, but the people, it wasn't too bad too. But I mean, the people, there's a nice people, and people are quite kind, and have a sense of empathize, sympathize over there too. Yeah, but I didn't want to complain a lot. I just thought that those things, apart from those things I had explained at the positive part, um, it just doesn't the lifestyle and everything doesn't fit me. And so I moved to US, and again, it's just alright. It's a developed country. It's it's like kind of New Zealand, but in a way that is a lot more developed. But people are nothing as comparison to New Zealander. It's just absolutely huge different. And so if you're from New Zealand, you listen to this video, don't even leave your country. You had in a base world of the whole entire world, and you have your own world within this world again. And it's just lucky. But again, people left just for the opportunity and jobs, and something a little bit more excited than living in a farm, or something really simple, because that's what New Zealand offer really. But I learned a lot. I learned to not give a fuck about people. I guess having a sense of empathy and sympathize, that's really nice, and considerate other people, and everything it's a good thing. But for me, I think being kind, you know inside yourself that you're being kind. You know inside yourself when you come back to at the end of the day you had a good sleep, and you don't need to, I guess like that kind of thing, it really help you through your daily as well, like even though you're not really seeing the result for as of now, but it will help you in the long run. Something that I kind of, basically learn from it is just that there is, no matter what people, you know what people say something to you and then teach you, that's a thing. You kind of learn from it, but it's the base to experience yourself. And you know again, we talking about people because we live in a society. So I was just gonna say, like, even though you graduate from master degree from Harvard University, you graduate from PhD, but if you not be able to get along with people, then go back to kindergarten again. What's the point of getting a really high degree if you could not get along with people? That's the most important thing in the whole world. People are going to help you. People are going to support you. People are there for you to be a judge, to be to sort of to learn from, and to be, and this thing is such a huge important thing in this whole entire planet. I mean, unless you want to live in the forest like 25 years of your life, didn't see anyone, could you do that? I don't know. I mean, and yeah. And in a sense, in the dark place, there always nice people around. And then, in the nice place, nicest place, there's no nicest place either, unless heaven. There's always, even more nice people inside the nicest place. So there's no a nicest place. It's just this elevate level of being positivity. Yeah, and I think, that's really, really sort of important about people. First of all, the second of all, it comes down to the financial. I know, it's just that something we have to talk about it. So when it comes to financial, it's, there's a thing that's saying that when you had a low income, you don't really pay attention much to love. Or I don't know, if you were, somehow you had a really high income, steady income, and suddenly you was like just change, and then it was just like those income was like, it was a big change, it was a big hit for you, and your income just happened to reduce for some reason. Then you have to start to do a little bit of saving. And so you kind of learn that, what, love is not important at this point. Financial stability is more important. And so I mean, that was what I was going to say. And so many people have said out that you have to plan it. Your life is always changing around, turning around, you cannot predict it. So it is best for you to have this sort of start saving a little bit, because you might not even know what you might need it to in the future, such as if you want to invest on something, you had it in the back of you, and you don't even sort of like with the loan and then mortgage and stuff like that, like, otherwise you have to pay for debt and stuff. It's all this responsibility that you have to be accounted for. And I mean, you ask about like 10,000 people, they always say the same: just save the money and your life would be a lot better. I mean, the third thing that I would like to point out is that it's just about this sort of being, just like learn every day, like, everything is just learn the new thing, learn the people, learn, um yeah, sometimes you only learn from your pet, really. That's weird, but you could learn from the dog, like, I mean, the dog, like, I was being serious, like, my dogs, one of my dog, like, I had like 10 dog at home, and one of it tend to be really stand out, not because of her look, but in terms of her personality, really. She was so friendly that, even she's like she even she met like some another, the male dog, which is not really nice to her, but for some reason, just her positivity, she could survive the society, and she could, she was be able to basically, adapt her life to fit that scenario. And so that's really important, and I could felt that, even though she was not the, some kind of the, I had her another one, older one, and she had such a great problem solving skill. And but, again, I personally think that isn't as matter as get along with people, get along with another dog. That's really important, because, in the end of the day, if you, if if you know people surrounding know you, and you being somewhat likable by people, then you know what? It's just like everything was just gonna be flow, and you don't have to, like, keep really close contact with them or anything like that. But it's just this thing that I really learned from her, my dog, really. It's weird, but I learned that, like. And, I was like, there was a scientist that say, a dog had a 2 years old brain. I was like, no way, that's not true. I mean, I there's no 2 years old baby could not do that. I'm being serious. Like, the way her eye work, the way she look at me, the way that she interact. It's just like a growing up adult that is just in the dog body. If you know what I mean. I don't know. I mean, yeah. And yes, that's all about it. And go enjoy the life, and then just being happy, as well as being take care of your financial. And yeah, that's all I'm saying. All right, good luck anyone, and hope this helped a little bit. Bye bye.